Hey guys, okay, so we are starting into Unit 3, which is talking about lines. Okay, so first thing, supplemental sheets packet you guys received last week. So hopefully, or the week before even, for some of you guys. So hopefully you have those. I believe that the sub has some extra ones if you need those. Just ask the sub for some. So, supplemental sheets if necessary. You are actually going to complete all of these. So today is Monday. I don't even know the day. Or no, sorry. Today is Thursday. Today is Thursday, November 12th. This entire packet will be turned into me when you take the test. Okay, so A-Day kiddos, you guys are going to take the unit test the Monday before Thanksgiving. So that is Monday, November 23rd. B-Day kiddos, you guys are going to take the test on Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So Tuesday, November 24th, because those 2 days, we have Monday and Tuesday of that week, and then we're off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Monday is A-Day kids, Tuesday is B-Day kids, so they split that up. So A-Day, you're going to turn in this whole packet completed 4 points on Monday. B-Day, you're going to turn in this whole packet completed 4 points on Tuesday, okay? We are going to do one sheet together. We may do some other sheets together, but probably not. So that's the first thing. Supplemental sheets packet is due on Monday or Tuesday before Thanksgiving. The first sheet we're going to go over is the sheet. It's the lines project. So the lines project is in today's folder. This lines project is not due until Friday, November 20th. So you have almost a week and a half to complete this project. So it's on your own time. You may have time in class to work on it. You may not. Guys, you will probably have lots of questions to start off on. But what I need for you to do is pay attention to what we're going over here. And then I need for you to watch the instructional videos if you still don't understand. And then I need for you to ask your partners in class. And then I need for you to come to me with questions. Okay, so do all that first. Okay, so on the front of this slope formula, you subtract your y's, you subtract your x's, so it's change in y's over change in x's. So let's say I have like negative 3, 4, and my other point is at 5, negative 6. So change in y's, so negative 6 minus 4 over 5 minus a negative 3. Two negatives make a positive. That gives me negative 10 over 13. I would see if it reduces. If it reduces, you got to reduce it. If it doesn't, you leave it like that. Always put the negative with your top number. You guys need to hear that for that Schoology project. Put the negative with the top number. Point slope form. You take your slope and you take a point and you put it in here. So let's say I have the same numbers here and here's my slope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this first point. It does not matter which point you use. I'm going to do y minus my y value, which is 4, equals my slope. In this case, it was negative 10/13. And then x minus my x value. So that would make that positive because it's two negatives making a positive. Okay. Slope intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So I already know my slope is negative 10/13. If I know my y-intercept, I throw it in here. If I don't, I can convert from this guy to find that. So I distribute. I wish I came up with better numbers. This is negative 10/13 x minus 30 over 13. Negative 10/13 times 3 is negative 30/13. But I want to get y by itself, so I add 4 here, add 4 here. Oh, so I get y equals negative 10/13 x. Well, that would be, what's 13 times 4? 52/13. So if I add 52/13, I get plus 22/13. So that's in slope intercept form. Again, I wish I would have had better numbers here. Okay, to get it into standard form, that's where my ax plus by equals c. So my y's and my x's have to be on the opposite side, or on the left-hand side, and then this plain number goes on the right-hand side. So what I would do is I'd add 10/13 to both sides. So I get 10/13 x plus y equals 22 over 13. The thing, though, of standard form is that a and b, your numbers in front of x and y, can never be negative, nor can they be a fraction. So I would want to get rid of that fraction by multiplying this whole thing by 13. So when I multiply this by 13, I just get 10x plus 13y equals just 22. So that worked out well. So there is my standard form of the equation. The other thing is that if this were a negative, I'd have to multiply by a negative to get a positive. Okay, so now going into standard form and interval notation. So domain and range. Remember, domain are all your x values, range are all your y values. Okay, so standard notation may also be called algebraic notation on the project. Okay, so if I have this little guy down here, so it starts at negative 1, 2, 3, negative 3, negative 2, and it goes to 2, 3. Okay, so again, if I'm talking about domain specifically, my x starts at negative 3 and it goes to 2. So it starts at negative 3, so negative 3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 2. Now it's also equal to, because there's a dot here and a dot here, are points on both, okay? And that's where it goes. If I'm talking about range for this form, range starts at negative 2 and it goes to positive 3. You always go smallest to biggest. Okay, so that's how you would do standard or algebraic notation. Interval notation, so again we have domain and we have range. On this one it starts at negative 3 and it goes to 2. They get a bracket around them because it includes it. So if you remember closed circle for inequalities or open circle, so closed circle gets a bracket, open circle will get a parenthesis. So when you guys do piecewise functions, sometimes they're closed and open, so this will change to a bracket versus, or a parenthesis versus a bracket. For this project, they're all brackets because it includes the point. For range, I go from negative 2 to 3, so it goes from negative 2 to 3. So those are the two notations. All right, so next, write the given line in 3 forms, state its domain and range and standard and interval notation. So this point is at 1, 2, 1, 2. So we have a point at negative 2 up 2. And then we have a point at 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, negative 7. Okay. I cannot tell if it crosses the y line at a specific point. So I'm going to find slope first. Negative 7 minus 2 over 4 plus 6 gives me negative 9 over 10. Does not reduce, so that is your slope. So if I put this into point slope form, I'm just going to use the first point. I can use either point. It's y minus your y equals your slope. And then x minus your x, which would turn that into a positive. So that is point slope form. To get that into slope intercept form, I distribute, so I get y minus 2 equals negative 9 tenths x minus 18 tenths. I'm going to add 2, y equals negative 9 tenths x. This will be plus, so 2 is 20 tenths. So if I add 20 to negative 18, that gives me a positive 2 tenths, which would reduce to 1/5 is probably what you would want to write. So y equals negative 9 tenths x plus 1/5. Now to turn that into standard form, I get my x's and my y's to the left-hand side, so I'd add 9 tenths x to both sides, so I get 9 tenths x plus 1y equals 1/5. It can't be a fraction, so I multiply this by 10, my least common multiple. That gives me 9x plus 10y equals 2. So they're standard form. Then if I need to do interval and standard notation, so domain. In standard, my domain, my x's go from negative 2 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 4. In interval notation, that would be bracket negative 2, comma 4 bracket. Range goes from negative 7 over here, it's smaller, is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 2. And then interval would be negative 7, comma 2. Okay, we're not going to do this next one. If you want to try that next one on your own, that would be fantastic. This problem, if it's not done when you turn in the project or turn in this packet, is just fine. That is completely okay. So what I recommend on this project is you're essentially being given a picture of a line or of a star. And then what you're going to do is you are going to do every single problem. They're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. You are going to then answer the questions that go along with this. It'll ask for the line to give the equation as slope-intercept, as point slope, or standard form. So you can give one of those. Then it'll ask for the domain and or range, and it'll tell you either standard form or algebraic form or interval notation. And you give it to that. You give it in whichever form it wants. I recommend that you do this on a separate sheet of paper, nice and neat, so that then you can enter your answers into Schoology and you can go back and then I'll give you 2 attempts. So any question that you get incorrect, it'll tell you that that question's incorrect. It's not going to tell you the correct answer, but you can go back easily to find the correct answer on that one. Hopefully that makes sense. This project is due next Friday. This packet is due either Monday, Tuesday, depending on what day you take the test. All right, thanks guys.